In this two-video series, we're going to be demonstrating how to turn a dead pine tree into boards that we can use for a fence. Now, this is the tree we're going to be cutting. It's a pine tree that has been killed by turpentine beetle, and this is the remains of the turpentine beetle. These are called pitch tubes. But before we begin sawing the tree, we need to get our chainsaw ready to go. We're going to be sharpening the chainsaw. This is a chainsaw file and a guide that helps you to get the correct angle on the when you're sharpening the teeth. The way I like to do it is to find the point in the chain where you've got two cutters that are running the same direction. These two. That lets you know where you've begun. And then it's just a matter of, this is the angle we're sawing or filing at right here. You hold the file flat and file away from you, holding that angle on the bar. One of the problems that we're running into with a little bit of ethanol in the gasoline now, it causes the caps, at least on this model chainsaw, to swell, and they're very difficult to get out, so we usually have to use a screwdriver to get them out. I have two caps, so I set one aside for a few days and it will shrink again and go back to the old cap so that they fit in a little bit easier. Chainsaws require that the oil be mixed in with the gasoline, and so that's what we have in this container, the pre-mixed gasoline and two-cycle oil. And for this particular chainsaw, it's mixed at a ratio of 40:1. 40 parts of gasoline, 1 part oil. Anytime you fill up the gas, you also have to add bar oil. And that's what we have here, is a little bit of bar oil. And this lubricates the chain as it's going around the bar. It's important not to forget this, otherwise your bar will overheat and your chain will overheat and cause damage to both. As you can see, this pine tree is right next to our tractor shed, so we want to make sure the tree doesn't fall on the shed. So we've attached a cable to the tree that will allow us to pull it in the direction that we want the tree to fall. We're going to be pulling on this tree, and so we don't want to injure the tree by attaching a cable or chain to it. So we're using an old V-belt from a piece of farm equipment, which gives you a nice soft pull on the tree. We can now attach it to our chain. One of the things you have to watch with a tree like this that has a lot of dead limbs up at the top, you want to make sure that those limbs are not going to fall off and hit you in the head when you're sawing. This V-shaped cut in the tree helps us to align the falling direction of the tree. After we have that wedge out, we can go ahead and put a little more tension on the tree with our come along. Get out about 22 feet, and we can cut it off, and we should be able to get two 10-foot pieces of lumber out of it. We even use the top part of the tree. The log part we'll saw up into firewood for our wood stove, and the small branches we use in our wood-fired hot water heater. And so we'll be picking up a few of these small branches right now, taking them up and making a fire in the hot water heater so we have hot water. This is our hot water heater. We have another video that explains in detail about how the hot water heater works, but basically we build a fire in the base here using our sticks from the pine tree that we just cut, and this heats up the hot water that's piped into the house and supplies our needs. The next video that we'll be talking about will actually take the log that we sawed down and begin the process of turning it into lumber.